Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69 and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the WZ1115A, which has appeared in the Blitz stores. You can actually get it for gold. At least it's not crates, it is for gold. It is quite expensive. I mean, you can get it for 20,000 gold, just standard, or you can get it for 22.5k gold with the camouflage, which were the rare camouflage. It's expensive. It is expensive, but you look at all the other tier 10s that come on sale. It's to be honest, it's average price. It's sat there with all the other tier 10s around that same price when it comes for sale. Do I think it eventually will come for sale? I mean, I think this is actually the first time it's been for sale for gold and not crates. So normally when it is for sale first, it comes for crates. When it's for sale again, it comes for gold. And then the next time it will probably be, I'm guessing, around 17 to 18,000 gold. So I think it will definitely come cheaper. There are a few tanks that won't ever come cheaper, like the T22, things like that, because they will completely break the game. Where this, I mean, this tank is pretty average. I mean, it's a good tank. I love the tank, and Droodle's, it's Droodle's favourite tank, and it is a really good tank. I do enjoy it, but I probably wouldn't pay 20,000 gold for it. I don't think it's worth 20,000 gold. I mean, again, like I said, it's a nice tank. It can do the job. You can bounce. It's got troll armor. It's got a lovely turret. The speed's really good, but I probably would pay 18,000 gold, maybe 17,000 gold is probably the highest I would pay. Now, I got very lucky with this tank, because a few months ago there was the crates where you would buy a tier 5 crate, and if you own the tier 5 you would get tier 6, and if you own the tier 6 you'd get tier 7, etc, etc, all the way up till tier 10. And I'd done this, and I bought the tier 5 crate, and I got all the way up to tier 10, and I won a badger. So it cost me, like, a badger cost me, what, £5, something like that. And I thought, bloody hell, like, wow, that one, there was only 2 tier 10s that I didn't have, and one of them was the badger. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it another try, and I'm going to buy the tier 6 crate, because again, it was only, what, £7, something like that. It was quite cheap. And the only other tank I didn't have was this one. And again, I got all the way up to tier 10, and I got this tank. So I got this tank for like £7, £6-7, and I got the badger for £6-7. So it was a really good deal for me. I didn't have to buy the 1115A crates, or it was just the cheap crates that the only crates really I praise Wargaming for, because you was 100% guaranteed to get a tank, and if you owned the tank that you won, you would then get a crate for the next tier, which I thought, I mean, Wargaming need to do this more often. I thought it was fantastic. Them crates were absolutely fantastic. They're great for people that own all the tier 5, 6, 7, 8, and they don't own any tier 9 or 10, because they'd be guaranteed a tier 9 or 10 premium tank. So the 5A, it can perform, but it's no IS4. It's no IS4. It's not as good as the IS4. The armor's not as good. The front plate is not as good, and it's fairly easy to ace. I mean, it's probably, I mean, we got a first class there, but we did get 2.5k assistant damage. It is fairly easy to ace. It is fairly easy to ace, but I'm assuming it will get harder. The more the people buy it, the more people are going to play it, and it's going to get a little bit more difficult to ace, just like every tank. Just like every tank. A new tank comes into the game. For the first couple of hours, it's quite easy to ace, but as soon as people do start playing it, it does become a lot more difficult. So I'm glad I got the tank. I'm thinking about it now, like whether if I didn't have the tank, whether I would pay the 20k gold. And if you look, I do have some gold on my account, so I would have probably paid the gold. I would have probably paid the gold, because I've had the gold on my account for a while. So I would have probably bought the tank, not because I really wanted the tank, because it was the only tier 10 that I don't have, and I love having all the tier 10s, and I own every single tier 10. So I wouldn't recommend you guys, like, people have been asking me, like, the 5A 20k gold, is it worth it? Out and out, I am going to say no, it isn't worth it. But it doesn't mean it's not a good tank. It just isn't worth 20,000 gold. And I would definitely recommend just waiting for a few months, and without a doubt, it will come back for sale and it will be cheaper. Definitely 100% it will be cheaper. And you can see now, like tanks like the 121B, for instance, the last time the 121B come for sale, it was like 15k gold. So I think this could be that. I think this could be that kind of price range. 15,000 gold, I would say, yeah, it's a pretty nice tank for 15,000 gold. It all depends. When people ask me if it's worth, and it's like, I laugh, because when I do these kind of videos, people always say, oh, you're wargaming bitch, you're trying to sell the tank. I don't do that at all. Like, if a tank's not worth it, I will tell you, don't buy this tank because it's not worth it. If a tank's good, I will never say, unless the deal is like a too good to be true kind of deal, I would never say, guys, this tank is amazing, go and buy it. I would never say that. Even if the tank is amazing, I would never say go buy it. It all depends on your situation, on your circumstances. Have you got the money? For instance, have you got the money? You're not going to be short. Then if you've got money sitting in your account, if you've got, like, even now, if you've got 20k gold sitting in your account and you've got nothing to spend it on, and you were thinking about buying the tank, I would probably say, just, yeah, buy it. Like, go and buy it, man. If you've got the gold, then why not? If you haven't got the money, or if you need your mum's credit card, then no, I would say don't buy any tank, if for that matter. So it's a nice tank. It is a nice tank. It's not worth the price range. I would definitely wait a little while to get the price down. But it can perform. It can perform. I like it. Droodles likes it. It is a good tank and it can perform. So we're just going to watch my last battle here. I mean, this is like the first time in ages where I've just used only my replays in a video. Like, way. And that's because I enjoy playing it. And there is some tanks that I really don't enjoy playing. So I just look at my emails, look at Discord to see if I've got any replays for them tanks in particular. And then I just use them replays because it saves me time. It shows you battles that are really, really good, because I don't ever show shit battles. And normally they are ace games with high damage, and it will just show you how to perform in this tank, which is why I do use a lot of replays, because some people are better than me and they can play the tank better than me. So, which is why I use their replays, because it will show you more how to use the tank more than I can. And sometimes I just don't have the time to sit there for all day trying to get decent games, when sometimes I get 500 damage or 0 damage. But other games that, yeah, you could do really well. So we're going to watch this game now, and you can see we're on Canal, and I love this position in Canal. Not so much the position I'm in now, but when the team, we're in a heavy especially, I do like coming around this cap area, not in this position directly, but a bit further to the left, like where that Death Star is on my left, just on that hill. I love getting there, and because you can get damage, you can get block damage, you can get spotting damage, like you can do so much in that position. If you've got a tank with a little bit of gun depression, it really is a good position. And you can see already we've bounced 1,200, nearly 1,300 damage, and we're on 2.2k. And so there's quite a lot of tanks around here. There's the Death Star, Jaegeru, there's the K91. There's quite a few tanks around this area. That poor Jaegeru decided it was time to push, but he got that completely wrong. You shouldn't be doing that when you're a one-shot, especially. Up against pretty much a full hit point WZ-5A. So now we're going to get into this position where I've said I love, because there are tanks all around. We're going to try and go for that Conqueror. Again, that was silly of me. I wasn't looking. I should have paid attention. And I do get shot from the K91. But just turning around in time, we do get that bounce from the Death Star, because it's very difficult for him to be able to get the gun down enough to get my bottom plate. And that's why we managed to bounce that shot. So we've blocked now 2,600 damage. And we're on 4 kills and 3,200 damage with just 2 tanks left alive, which is a Sheridan and this Batchat. There goes the Batchat, and it now just leaves the Sheridan. Now, I did have this game recorded a while ago, and I was frustrated with myself because I never learn. Up against tanks like the Sheridan with all that spaced armor. So I'm thinking, you know what? He's looking at the Batchat. I'm going to get behind, I'm going to load up the HE, and hopefully I'll be able to get a nice roll into him. But 249, not the best of rolls. I should have hit more at the bottom. But that's why the Sheridan is so frustrating. The armor is just so annoying. But we are going to get the kill. We are going to get the kill. So we do end up on 2,600 block damage. We get ourselves 5 kills. I mean, the damage was nothing special, only 3k. But 3.8k, but we do manage to get the ace. We do get quite a bit of spotting damage in that position as well. So 5A, not worth the price. I would wait. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you soon. Bye bye.